Whoa, 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 whoa. Hey, hold on. Stop scrolling. Let me show you something real quick. For a minute. Let me tell you something, right? You building your mind. Hold on. In fact, let me put my shirt on real quick before I make any of you guys insecure. Put my shirt on real fast. Hold on. And then let's get into this message, right? The struggles of being in shape. Am I right? Nonetheless, let's get right to it. Mind, body, and soul, right? You see a lot of different videos around the internet nowadays, but everybody talking about their own definition of what it means to them. One thing I'm going to tell you guys is this. Nonetheless, whoever's talking about it, the information is still the same. Mind is what? Your mind. You are your mind. See, there's a guy named 19 Keys, and I love what he says. He says, a man is his mind. What does that mean? A man is his mind. A man is only as strong as his mind allows him to be. So if you can perceive limits, if you perceive obstacles, then guarantee you this, you will stop at those limits that you have set for yourself. They've done a study on fleas, and we're no different than animals because why? We are mammals, right? And they tell us this, right? Through science and all of this different stuff. We're no different than them. So what happens? Fleas, they're in a jar. Fleas have a 36-inch vertical. They can jump very high, right? They can fly, do a lot of different things. But there was a study where scientists put a certain amount of fleas inside of a jar and they put the lid on. So what happened is that the fleas that were conditioned to seeing everybody around them, not knowing that they had a 36-inch vertical, they're jumping only to the lid. Why? Because there's a limit there, a limitation. Our mind is no different than that lid. We're no different than that flea. See, if you put a lid on your imagination, if you put a lid on side of your limits, on side of your beliefs, then I guarantee you, you'll only jump into that lid. You'll never think about jumping further than that. You don't know what you have inside of you because you've never tested it. So let me tell you this. A man is no different than his mind. A man is his mind, right? And I agree with that completely. Number one, reading, challenges, journal, reflection. These are the things that are going to strengthen your mind as a man. These are the things. And not just as a man, but as a woman, as a human. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. I don't care. A man is his mind, right? These are the things that are going to strengthen. Reading. You read books. It's no different than you working out for your body, but you're working out for your brain. It's going to make you stronger, quicker, faster, more agile. Your thoughts are going to come faster. You're going to be able to be more perceptive to the ideas that you get. You're going to understand how to implement them, right? So reading. Then you got challenges. Your challenges. What are your challenges going to do for your life, for your mind? Your challenges are going to show you what limits that you do have and that you have already set upon yourself so that you can break them. And then once you do break them, they show you how you can strengthen yourself if you're not strong enough to be able to face anything that you have set for your mind so that you can crush it and become a better person. Reading, challenges, you got journal. Journaling is for reflection. Reflection is very important because what happens when you're a warrior, right? You're going through life, you're battling. You're battling in your career. You're battling in your body because you're training in the gym. You're battling because you're going through mental and emotional states of fluctuation. You're confused at different aspects of your life. So what do? You journal. So what happens? It's like a warrior. Remember, a warrior in all these different movies that we watched when we were younger, warriors would go to battle, they would come back home and they would rest. Right? They would think. They would sit in a garden. They appreciated that garden. Why? What happened? They watched people die. They watched people die from their faces. They watched their best friends get killed at war, bloodshed. So what happened? They came home. They rested in the garden. They actually appreciated it. But not only did they do that, they reflected on how they're actually alive. They made it through the storm. So what happened? They became stronger. They reflected and they're more grateful. They're better fathers. They apply that strength to everything else they do inside of their lives outside of just being a warrior. You're a warrior every single day, not maybe physically, right? Not literally, but figuratively, mentally. You're a warrior. You're battling this thing that we call life every single day. And guess what? You're kicking its ass. And I'm saying, keep on going. Do a phenomenal job. You're all doing a phenomenal job. Just you being alive every single day, you're doing a phenomenal job, right? You just doing what you're doing on a daily basis, showing up to work and going to the gym afterwards, doing a phenomenal job. So I'm saying, keep going. Anything that you choose to do outside of your daily non-negotiables, is trust and believe me, this is a better version of you, okay? So we're going to get all the way to that. But for right now, like I said, reading, challenges, journal, reflection, these things strengthen they strengthen you, they clarify your mind, and they give you the importance of action. They show you the importance of action. So reading and journaling, those are your habits that you're going to develop for your mind. They're going to give you the biggest transition in your life. Body, right? Training, recovery, sports, nutrition, and health. We talk about your body. What is your body? Your body is your temple. You break it all down to really what it is. Your body is your temple. In all pieces of religious texts, what they talk about, they told you that your body was the only piece of of value, the only piece of information, the only piece of home, right? Outside of your car, outside of the house that you physically have, that you bought with cash. This is the body that you came here with, the home that you were born with. So if you're not going to take care of it, what makes you think that you're going to take care of your car that you're going to get or be grateful for it? What makes you think you're going to take care of your home that you get or be grateful for it? What makes you think that you're going to take care of your business when you do have it or be grateful for it? You're not even grateful for your body. So number one, be grateful for your body, right? That's what we all got to break it down to. Be grateful for your body. How do you be grateful for your body? How do you show gratitude towards God for giving you your body, for showing you that you have 2 working arms, 10 working fingers, and 2 working legs? How do you show gratitude? Well, you train. How do you train? Well, anything that you find interesting. If you like basketball, go train basketball. And it doesn't matter if you're going to be an NBA player, if you're going to do pickup games at the rec, you just want to shoot hoops by yourself, whatever you're going to do, train. And I say train because it's different than working out. Working out is different because working out is for the looks of things. It's for the aesthetic. Oh, I worked out today. I went to go work out. It's different. When you train in your mind. You're training your cells. You're training everything inside of your body to be different. Therefore, you're going to get the results because when you train, you change your mindset. See what I'm saying? You change your mindset, and once you change your mindset, you change your habits, your lifestyle, and then the body comes with that. It's a byproduct of everything else. So yes, your body. Then the soul, right? We're talking about the training, the recovery, the sports, nutrition, health. The nutrition is just as important as your training. Because when you nutritionize properly, and I'm not saying you can't eat snacks, I'm not saying that you can't enjoy little pieces of candy, whatever the things that you like to enjoy outside of just your regular base diet. But I'm saying overall, if you had a percentage of what you should be eating, 90% of the food that you should be eating should be food that is going to give you nutritional dense calories, nutritionally dense mineral-based calories, which is just going to give you things that you're going to use to grow your muscles, become better and more effective at whatever it is you're doing. If you're a runner, you want food that's going to give you plenty of electrolytes, tons of hydration, so good water. You want alkalizing foods. You want things of that sort that are going to turn your body's inflammation into a powerhouse of you just being able to push through all of that, right? You don't really feel the inflammation because your diet is there to aid you in getting you to where you want to be at. If you're a bodybuilder, you want protein, you want your carbs, your glycogen levels to be high. You want a lot of different things when it comes to your training. So you have to tailor your nutrition to how it is that you want to train. Your whole goal as mind, body, and soul is to make yourself a well-oiled machine. Everything matters. Everything is purposeful in what you do. When you build your mind, it builds your body. When you build your body, it builds your mind. You see what I'm saying? So when you're working on your nutrition, things of that sort, you're training hard because now you can, because you have the proper nutrition, you can now work on your mind to another level. So everything constantly compounds and stacks on itself. If I had to give you a description, it would literally be like a Jenga board, almost like a pyramid in a way, where you're building like this. I can give you guys a little description over here. All right, you're building it like this. It's like you have mind, you have body, you have soul, right? And then you have mind, you have body, and you have soul. And then you have mind, you have body, and then you have soul. And you have mind, you have body, you have soul. And then it keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller. But at the base, these are the fundamentals, the mind, the body, and the soul. And everything on top of that just builds upwards. And then it creates you into this being of electrical like fluctuation where you can just do anything that you need to do because you have everything already stacked on top of each other. So now you operate from that. Training, sports, and recovery. That's literally the importance of body. It can't get any more simpler than that. You train as hard as you can. You get as much nutrition as you can get that's tailored towards whatever training you're doing, and you recover. It's simple. You need recovery. Recovery is so key because if you're going to train hard and you want to continuously do that, remember, you're a human. Nonetheless, you're mortal. You are not immortal. You do not have 3 or 4 bodies after this. You have this one. So if you're going to go hard in training, you need to understand that if you're going to truly go hard, you can get injured. And if you don't want to get injured and you want to continuously go hard for a long time, you have to keep your body in good condition. So that means you have to eat right. And that also means you have to recover. So if you have saunas, do saunas at your gyms. If you have stretching, and you can stretch anywhere, it's free. You can do yoga for free. You can get in a cold shower or a cold plunge. Do that. You know what I'm saying? Steam rooms, pools for recovery. Just recover. You see? Those things are going to help your body out tremendously. Then we go from there, we go into the soul. What is the soul? The soul is everything that your body and mind can be. It's the limits, the upper limits of everything that is beyond your physical capability. So everything that you can see, taste, touch, hear, feel, whatever, it doesn't even matter. All the senses are your body. All the senses are your mind. Everything beyond your senses, beyond what you can feel, beyond what you can see, beyond what you can even think of, is your soul. Your soul is everything. It's connected to everything. So what you do with your soul is this. You understand that you are everything. You are everything. And at every given moment that you have been given in this present, do not attach yourself to anything. You might have a moment where you are dead broke. Remember, you are not broke. You're experiencing a moment in which you are broke. And that is okay. That is a perspective, though. So when you are broke or when you are experiencing anything, it might be depression. Remember, you are not depressed. Your body is depressed. And you're feeling it. And therefore, you're experiencing it. Remember, there is something that I've been told a long time ago. And it was by this one guy who was a spiritual guru. And it always stuck with me. And what it was he said, you are not your body, right? You're not your soul having a temporary, you're not your body having a temporary spiritual experience. You are your soul having a temporary physical experience. That perspective stuck with me because I realized I am not my body. I am my soul. I am the being within my body that is just observing. And if I'm observing everything, I would never attach myself to anything. Because I would never attach myself, I'm always free. I'm always able to do whatever it is that I please to do at the moment. That is true freedom. Freedom is not money. Freedom is not location. Freedom is not any of those things. Freedom is the ability to never attach yourself to any physical thing in this life. If you can never attach yourself, then you are truly wealthy. See, they said the man that is truly wealthy is the man who needs little things. The man who needs less. That is the man who is wealthy. It's not the man who has all the riches in the world. It's not Jeff Bezos. You might be like, oh, well, Jeff Bezos is the wealthiest man in the world. He's the richest. He might be the richest physically. But when you step outside of that, who's really the richest? The man who doesn't need the wealth to feel rich. That is the man who is truly rich because he is the one who can truly wake up every single day and still feel good inside of himself, regardless of what materialistic possession he has. So remember, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter about what you achieve. Choose to strive high, of course. Choose to get as much money as you want. Choose to get all the most materialistic things that you can fathom. But nonetheless, remember that those things do not make you, and they will not make you. It's about who you are at the end of the day on the inside, who you are choosing to treat people as. You see what I'm saying? That's who you are, nonetheless. So like I said, your soul is everything you can visualize, everything that you can see. Remember, even then, there's more beyond that because you've only been told so much. And there's only so much under the sun that is already existing. Everything that you've been told has already been created. Everything. Everything you can think of has already been done. So what is it? It's a matter of do you want to do it or not? It's a choice. It's a decision. And then there's actions that follow that choice that show you whether or not you are actually willing to do it or not. So if you're actually willing to do it, whatever it is that you want to do, you actually got to ask yourself, do I want this? And do I want the repercussions that come with it? Do I want the challenges that come with it? Because on the other side of challenge is growth. So you're going to grow into a new person. Am I willing to be able to be enduring of the pain that I'm going to experience to becoming a different individual? You see what I'm saying? Because when you grew taller as a kid, you had growing pains in your legs and in your knees. You didn't question it. You just were told, hey, look, no, you're growing. So there's going to be pain that's going to come with that. When you change into a new individual, you're growing. So there's going to be pains that come with that. Are you ready for that? You got to ask yourself that. And that's a question between you and you. So meditation, soul food, it's literally soul food. You need to meditate. And I tell myself this all the time because sometimes I don't do it. Sometimes I forget. And then I realize and I'll catch myself during the day and I'll be like, well, damn, why am I mad? Or why am I sad? Why am I angry? And I realize it's because I didn't meditate. If I was to meditate, then I can clear my thoughts instantaneously. I will clean my thoughts, clear my thoughts, and I will automatically go back to baseline. And that is a true aspect of resiliency. If you can bring yourself back to baseline, almost like this, that is resiliency, right? And all millionaires, all billionaires, they all have high value traits, highly optimal traits that all point to this idea of if you can experience all these different levels of stress, all these different levels of different emotions and ranges of feelings, but no matter what you feel, you will always still get the job done. What does that mean? That means you have the ability to reset yourself back to baseline. Your emotions do not control you. So, number one, meditation is going to get that done for you regardless. I would recommend meditating 10, 15, 20 minutes. If you just now beginning meditation, I would say 5 to 10 minutes. Just get yourself used to it. Sit in a position, focus on breathing. If you focus on breathing long enough, eventually your thoughts, you won't even think about your thoughts. You'll focus on your breath more naturally in the first place. Then your breath, you start realizing, well, damn, I'm spectating my own thoughts. Everything is just, you're realizing. So like I said, you'll feel that feeling, and then you feel a form of a sense of tranquility, peace, right? In the moment, because you're experiencing true inner presence. You're experiencing true presence. So that's what I would say. Like I said, mind, body, and soul. And I want you guys to understand that with all of these things, there's going to come a level of confidence. There's going to come a level of arrogance. You might feel like you're better than others, but you're not. Remember, humble yourself, because guess what? No matter what it is that you're doing in this moment, there's also other people that can do it. And then number two, there's just because you're doing something that other people aren't doing doesn't mean that you're any better than them. I would say teach them. You know what I'm saying? Teach yourself, number one, so that you can teach others. You shouldn't have arrogance, but then you should realize you are better than no one, but no one is better than you. Okay? And that is a true that is a true humble factor that exists on all levels. I am better than no one, but no one is better than me. Because no one is better than me, it doesn't matter who you are, what you have, what you look like, where you came from, you are not better than me. Unless you are more competent. If you are more competent, I can always improve myself to get to that level. So it doesn't matter. Like I said, no one is better than you, and you are better than no one. Stay humble. Mind, body, and soul. Hope this video helped you guys. I don't want it to be too long. I want it to be just enough to be able to give you some gems, some information. I'm going to clip this up and put this on my shorts, my YouTube, my Instagrams. All of that's going to be linked down below. I want you guys to stay consistent on this. Look, this is not the introduction to MBS. This is me reiterating what mind, body, and soul truly means. I want you guys to understand that mind, body, and soul is a lifestyle. Okay, it's a lifestyle. It's not what everybody else is talking about on the internet. It almost flabbergasts me. And this is why I have to get more serious on this channel, because I want you guys to understand the origination of what we truly are. Mind, body, and soul is all that matters. And that is my purpose. I want to provide that to you guys. Mind, body, soul. I gave you guys the breakdown. If you guys got any questions, put it down in the comment section below, and I'll be happy to answer them. Hey, man, look, thank you guys for tuning in. Let's get it, man. Let's go.